I am Sinegugu Faith Ngidi, Ntombazana Selokishini, back Mlazi, a radio presenter from Intokozo FM, currently doing a breakfast show. I was born in 1996, so 708, which it has passed, and I'm already 23 years old. And I'm loving my age, even though I find some things challenging, but all I can say, it's all started when I was still in primary. So yeah, being a Lokshin girl, it's kind of tough. No, it's not really tough. It makes you tough, because when you're facing like the people from the suburban place, they're kind of cheesy, they twang whenever they speak, and when you're just stuck with your mother language and you're like, and you can't even expect if whenever you're speaking English, if it's the perfect word you're using, in the right sentence. But then, that's when school helps. So that's why my parents were like, you know what, we should just send this girl to like multiracial schools, starting there from primary. I went to the Wentwe team, which was in Gardenia Primary School. Did that from grade 1 to grade 7, and I went to high school, which was that I didn't pick. My uncle picked because my cousin went to that school. But when I got there, it was during all secondary school. It was hectic. Like, everybody seemed to be a lesbian, and it felt like I should be in the same trap as being a lesbian, because we were all girls. And what I found about that school is that because it was located in the CBDs, like everybody was from another area. Some of them will come from Wanongoma, and I'll come from the Lokshin side, and now we're not the same, especially the environment that we grew up. So when you get there with the people that you don't know, and you're like just young, coming back from a young age, you're 14, you're 15, now you have to groom, there. And I just found it so hard. And I told my parents, no, that's not the school for me. I should have picked the school long time ago, just to be an idea what kind of school do I need. And at the end of the day, it's career-wise, when you get to high school, you need to choose your subject. So I changed school when I was in grade 9. I went to Moy Park High. It's a girls' school, but it was known for like the pretty ladies. Once I started wearing that uniform around the Lokshin, they were like, yay, yeah, fun. And I think the looks correspond with the school you're on. And I was like, okay, thank you, And then one thing that I was patiently waiting is for me to reach my matric phase, because that's where you wear Anna here, no more toughies, no more, those school shoes like everybody. You just be that girl and get that respect to what, what you've accomplished. You've reached where, because when you're in matric, you just feel like you're the eighth, you're Mndela, I can rule the world. Even the parents, you can just tell them whenever you're going, I'm outing. But it was never like that for me, since my parents were strict. The reason why is, when I was growing up, death was not something that is hard like other families, Other families, it tends to be whenever someone passes away, it's like the end of the world. But for me, growing up, my grandparents had 7 children, and now there's only one. So when I was growing up from the creche side, my aunts passed away, and then after 1 year, my other aunts passed away. So for me, growing up, it was like, no, this is the thing, it happens in the world. Someone eventually will pass on. So I was waiting, in my head, who's next? Who's next in the family? Who's next? But then my uncle passed away again. But then my uncle didn't live with us in Lokshin. For a male, whenever you have made it in life, not really made it financially, but when you started working in a field where you can afford, they tend to leave their homes and go to live at the CBDs with flats, where they rent, and they think, you can now have a house, a property. It's not the case. Because at the same time, you're paying every month. It's not a bond where you kind of invest in a house. So that's what happened with him. But then, he was the next one too, to pass. So that happened to him, and all the things that that were his belongings came back at home. And that's when the system that we have in my room, which was my mother's room, in my room, which is a radio. So we had a radio in my room, like my mom's room. It was playing all kinds of frequencies. We used to listen to Kakasi, Skosti, Ukozi was the popular one. You know, if you're a township in Umzulu, like Ukozi, it's a buzz. And especially when it comes to December vibe, you know, New Year's countdown, Cozy is the thing. So I enjoyed, and I think what really made me love radio at that time, because I was still young. You know, the people that were speaking at that time, the presenters, I didn't mind. I was in it there for like the music. Like, I need to change. After this one music has ended, and I feel like, you know, the R&B is playing, I don't like it, I have to change and I dial another frequency. So that was it for me until I grew, and then I lost my mother at that time, and I was in grade 5. Was it grade 5? Yeah, I was in grade 5. But then, me losing my mother, it was not like something big, you know, like hard, like I just lost a parent, because I knew there was something called death. So that happened, and then I was brought up by my grandma and grandpa. I was left with them, but one auntie that got it, like I won't say that got this, the position of living in life, but you know, naye wakula washada, you know, waphumelela, but then like I was stuck with my grandparents because they're a bit strict. They're really big strict. They are the ones that always keep me grounded so far in life. So I always thank them. You know, some of the things that I didn't do in high school, it was because of them. Because the kind of person I am, I think if I didn't have them in my life, probably I would have like 2 children or 1 or 3, probably someone who consumes so much in alcohol, you know, probably I'll be doing drugs, you know, probably anything that is in the dark side of the world. But I always thank them for keeping me grounded. So that happened. My mom passed away. I had this system in my room, a radio. So one day, tuned it, started listening, but at this time, there were people. It felt like I had people in my room, you know, speaking to me. I was not lonely. Like my mom didn't like had space that my mom is no more there, because they were there. Like from one show to another, from extended breakfast, afternoon, night, you know. There were presenters coming out, they had slots, you know, and I find it so interesting. Like you can do so much to someone's life by informing them about the dangers, because I would say those are the people that informed me. Because I'm not gonna say parenting yabantu abamnyama, I'm not shading it anyhow, but somehow it's not right, because we are never honest with our children. We don't sit them down and tell them the real hardcore about life in terms of the sexuality side, you know, the finance side. If you're going to be growing, you know, you need to save, you know, for because you get to that age, General 21st, if you're not fortunate and have parents who have the money, your 21st is going to be like down, like, okay, fine, I don't have parents who got the money for me to do such things as other kids. So they need to teach us how to save. At school, if you go to school, there is a reason for you to know, because knowledge is the key at the end of the day. The skills that you have, the talents, how you can use them. You know, just like in America, they form their children, they groom their children and how their skills and talents and whatever it is that they have. If you're a musician, they just make you, pushing you in that career path. Be like, you know what, my child, be a musician. If that's who you are, then just do that. If you're an actress, if you're good at speaking, good at writing, you know, can be an author, write books, novels, you know, publish anything. So I just think that's how like black people lack in grooming in Nganzabo. Yeah. And then, as I was saying, that's when radio made me who I am. There were people who were speaking there, informing me about life. What is it that happened? Okay, now in South Africa, whatever it is that happened, it's either good, bad, whatever it is that keeps the world running. I was informed by e-radio, because there was nobody there. Like my granny, I can't approach my granny and be asking her, what is sex? Like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I would be so scared, Nami, to approach, not even my mother, my granny. So it had topics, features, radio. People had to come there who were wiser enough, let's say, presented there, even though if they didn't know anything about them, but there were people and we had time to call. And what's amazing, Wuti Ekaya, we had a landline. So I would steal the landline. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll call. Like, whenever I hear radio, they're like, hey, you gotta call about this. And there was this feature, Ekakasini, they used to speak to teenagers. I was dating. I wasn't starting dating, but I was like, I had nobody to talk to, I need someone. And they had this feature, and like, there was someone there, like, elder, Wuti, Akulume, Bandan. And they were like, okay, if you want to ask a question, you can call. And I was like, this opportunity. Took the dial the number, and I was on air. I was like, music volume, like, really? You can hear me? No, I heard it was clear, Ikakas, it was clear. And I was like, am I interacting with someone on air? Really? There is someone there. We're like, oh my gosh, someone just help me, I had nobody. So I was like, I want to do that, to someone. Like, help people, expose challenges people face, be that someone, the voice that people need, to break. Probably it's either building houses, whatever it is that people face in life. If you to be there for them, could be like school-wise, anything. If it's not me that has the knowledge, then I will try by all means to find someone then who has the knowledge for them. So that's where the love of radio started.
And then you speak about losing a lot of people in your life and not having people to turn to.
Yes.
Where do you go now for advice or when you need a shoulder to cry on?
Yo, Betuna, I think I got me even now.
Yeah.
I think I got me. If it's not that, it's the internet. That's how I've learned. Like, the internet has so much, bro. You can Google about anything and it will give you the answers. You can say sometimes you need someone, you need friends, but I don't believe in the thing about friendships. I do have people that are my favorites that I think they are there for me, so I will be there for them if they need help. Yeah. So I can mention a few of them, in life, like Ote or Bumi or Wendy or Nosipo or Tola, just the friends that I have in my circle that I appreciate. They've done so much without me asking for them. Can you just snare? They just see what what I think snare needs something, in terms of finance. Because we know the kind of snare would never say that she lacks in something. So we be here for you, bro. So yeah, that's, and what else? Where was I? See, now you disturbed me. I was flowing. I was flowing. So yeah, I did that. That was the love of radio, because I saw it could change someone, it can groom someone, it can help someone in whatever it is. It can be Noma, you just need help in whatever it is in life, So I did that. But then when I got to high school, I didn't have someone who would sit me down and ask me, what do you want in life? Because I just went in for the sake of I'm going to school to learn just like other kids, I'm going there, gonna wear uniform and learn. But then, indoor about people that we are never the same. Come to the people who are good, like talent-wise. Come to the people who are good, like brain-wise. Come to the people who are fast learners. Some were slow, I was never that kid that was bright, but I had the potential. If I had to focus on something, then I would be there. But for me, if I don't like something, I am so not going to participate in it. Just like math. Like in math, I knew I can be capable of asking someone who would say, okay, but man, I'm failing with this, can you help me? But I would never, because I hate it. And I saw it will never help me in life. Like in that way, even Africans way, even a man right now way, like way. But then I did that. I went to school, but at the same time I was like, I want to be a field in entertainment, specifically with radio. But yini odunyenza. And then I asked one lady, and I was like, I say university, and I say, and I was like, if I'm a field like entertainment, like in radio, you should do media studies. If it's not that, then you should just do journalism. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I was like, okay, journalism it is. I did that. ngaphuma-ke high school, but then sengiphumile high school, but I've always been a loud child. A loud child, a happy child, an honest child, a child that always sings for questions, like I always ask questions. I'll ask you, like, I don't know if it's stupid questions, but I've met someone, there's no such thing as a stupid question. If you don't know something, you should ask. And that's when because somehow you get lost in the world. You think by living in a certain way, that's how you'll be praised, that's how you'll be seen. If you're a state queen, if you're gonna be a state queen, which means that you've made it in the world, in the industry, you're the it girl. But no. You just have to be the real you. You just need to focus on whatever it is that you believe. And I know God. I just feel like you say that line. I don't like the line whenever someone says it to me, like, I'm like, okay. So what? But yeah, they were Christians, like super Christians. Mina. Back in the days, I was Sunday school, but now, because I'm old, I can say I am not going there today. I just don't feel like going to church. So about growing, that's what I like about growing, because Badala tend to hear what you have to say and respect you. And whatever it is, when you feel as if you feel like. But yeah, that happened. I was a bubbly child in high school, got along with everybody. I'm on moods with people. I tend to not worry about people's lives. Nobuti, umuntu, ngizomhlonipha cause, okay, she's an A student. Ngizomhlonipha cause, kubo, background yabo, they're rich. Her mom drives a nice car, so I think I should just praise this child, keep the child near me, because I think now made it in life. No, I respected everybody, even if you are nobody. You think and greeting, I was brought up saying, whoever it is, you should greet along the way. People appreciate when you acknowledge them, because people feel like you're seeing them. You might pass someone through depression. If greet, how I still exist. For that person to recognize me and greet me. So greeting someone is something really respectful in our culture. So that, I did that. Person that really greets people a lot, like equalness, equal. So
you speak about being a bubbly child and growing up and learning just to deal with things, and you speak about happiness, how you're always happy, just keeping things moving. But what were some very dark moments in your life?
Dark moments in my life.
Moments where you were like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this.
Yo. Hi guys. No. I always make it mean.
When, like, in the moment where you felt like this is too much.
This is too much. Okay, when I was in Bria College, the fees, because I couldn't speak to my granny and be like, yay, I go, because the money. I was like, who am I gonna go to? Should I sell myself like other girls now? Like, use the beauty, what? But I have an uncle. An uncle is married to my aunt. He's like a father figure to me, because my dad is here by existing on earth, but not in my life. So yeah, I was like, okay, fine. I need a job. I had to drop out. Like, I need a job. For me, I'm always a fighter. I'm never gonna go to the darker side of the world, because I think it's the best option for me to go through things or get through things. Nah. So I'm always gonna find an idea, an option, because sometimes they're driven by the emotions. They make decisions out of their emotions. And whatever it is, you might feel, okay, manje, make that decision. And I'm not like that. I will calm myself down. If it's praying, it's praying. And then I would speak to my aunt, but we are not that close. I would just tell, in the nation, I would say, I'm lucky to have people around me. They will recognize whenever probably I'm in a dark side. Because they'll be there. It's like God sending someone. Probably, I shouldn't like my little calling, like, I don't imagine, I don't know if should I ask the kind, but it will come a friend who would say, I don't know if them saying, I don't or is it like me, man, but it's like my snake, like a 50 rand, 60 rand. And then that's when I need imali push and below. That's when I started looking for jobs. I dropped out looking for jobs, and I had a smaller mobile salon that I did by doing makeup, face beads, and it was so amazing. But I didn't even have to go to school for that. Like, I was good in doing that, doing Ishiya. It was popular back in the days. Now, like, doing Ishiya, doing makeup, doing the weave, the wings. I did that. I kept it going, trying to find solutions for myself to break it. If we're putting melanine about the finance, then I'll have to do something on my own. And yes, at that time, in my dark side, it was that particular time where I couldn't pay the fees every year college, and the amount was 10,000, and it was needed within a week. And I was like, yo, for me, every year with that 10,000. For me, it was like, yo, I'm gonna be in jail or what? Something's gonna happen because I have nobody. It's not a parent or it's me. Mm-hmm. So what I did, like, my aunt was like, king. I was like, yo, hey, spell it, this is called. What's this? Like, why not emotion? And I'm like, yo, indaba, before we do that, you have to thinking, yeah, well, you're the parents and everything in life, where you are allowed to come and speak to me sometimes. Well, I don't know, but I just feel like I'm not comfortable enough to speak to her about anything. I just feel like I can run my own world. That happened, I told her, and I was scared. So when I was easy, and I feel like it was such a darling, and I mean, one day if I have to meet a guy, like exactly whatever prayers my aunts did, like copy and paste, just like who are the ones that to be spy. The guy is there, the queen. Which generation? Where is you? Oh wow, guys. You were talking essential relationship goals.
Just in Vegas.
Yeah, the Vegas scenes. The Vegas scenes.
I was trying to find out.
The Vegas is some Zans. That's why it's bad. The Ferguson's like the kind of relationships they're growing, they understand each other, the basic and the logic about life. Relationship with so if someone is failing in something, they will try their own to success a long day. And if somehow batting or something, or aunt and I will help, like it's either cousin or corner, no. So that's what happened. Oh man, that's cocky squared, like the 10,000 same time, give me your account. Danyam, I was like, account. Sometimes I says cocky wag. How many has it proof? Nah. Yo, my life. After that, I've never been a happy child. I am never getting myself into debt. Let me just push on my own. Yeah, that happened. That was the only dark side to remember. But then Kuna Logo, it's my industry trying to break the radio. It's my industry trying to break the radio because after high school, I was listening to Ikakasi, as I was saying, and Uvusile Twala was like, there, it's, Uvula Iskola Academy. If you are interested in broadcasting, you should just call, and then you can apply. I did that for it was a course for 7-month course. I did that. But then it was like, hey, girl, you need to go to school. You need to go to school now. But I was like, this is what I love. Just let me do this, and then I would do school because school is my leg at the end of the day. School is my leg. I did e-radio because it was the passion, as I told you. What's e-radio? It's history. It's from the love of it. I had nobody. So, and then I pushed e-radio, went for auditions. I didn't get luck because I did send them a demo, and then I was stuck at home. And I was like, no, girl, you can't sit down because who's gonna buy you? Isn't you know, because you have no financial background. Also, like I need a job. I did that. I got a job at a store that was dealing with the beauticians jail, who's in jail. I did that. I was good at it, but then I did continue as building my own small business. Now, it was mobile. That's where I started doing makeup. Okay, I did that. But still, at the same time, I was like, no, Sneh, you're passionate behind Umbobo. You need to go Umbobo, you know, chase the mic, you know, be the girl. I did that. There were auditions for Indowozo FM. Okay, guys, Indowozo FM. I auditioned. You know me about me. Whenever I do something, I always feel like, I'm gonna get that. If I don't go, I'm not ready. I'm not gonna entertain that thing or whatsoever. But then somewhere yes every now. Because going on an interview, I don't know if you got me called same by no mind, but it was strict. I'm not gonna say race because it's gonna feel like no, because I was black, man. No, it was not that. Because I lacked the skills, and I think Mndela young at that time was not okay. So this guy asked me, okay, what are you doing here? I'm just what's okay. Obvious. So obvious. I came to look for a job like any other individual or feed and I was going to interview. Oh, okay, well, it's okay, cool. So tell me your passion. And I was like, radio, ooh, radio, Then what are you doing here? I was like, how? I'm now seven. So I came here for nine. But okay, so tell me, the dog size, do you want to the dog size? And I was like, yo, I don't have the dog size. Oh, I told him the story about going to school, I was like, okay, kind of smart somehow, but so tell me again, if you had a call 2 months down the line, about a radio slot, a big commercial radio. They're like, come, we have a gig for you. And Tina, Sissy Tembile, and you're making money for us, and we trust you, and we pay you so much, more than radio. Would you leave us? And I was like, no. I was like, see, you just lost it like that. Because you are not passionate in what you're doing. Because Nati, we can't trust you because you don't know yourself. I was like, and I was like, this guy, what do you mean? Like, you don't know yourself, actually. You are lost. Like any other kid, you need to grow up. I was like, yeah, you need to grow up. Yeah, you need to grow up. Because what's her name? Mentioned like, Mark Zuckerberg wants you, for them to be here and be billionaires. It's because they were patient. They believed in themselves. They didn't drop in whatever they believed in and started doing something else because they thought it would make more money because they had patience. So I was like, this thing is all about patience and believing in myself now. I was like, yeah, so you didn't get the job. I was like, yo, but the interview went well. I was like, yeah, still you didn't get it. Still you didn't get the job. I was like, yo, what's it? My girl, young lady, you need to find yourself and believe in whatever it is that you believe. Don't go around being lost, being like a sheep, thinking because you said so much things that were hurting at that time. But then when I got home, I was like, this guy was right. I should continue, with this. Because even on Indowozo FM, there was a month where I left because they were not paying us. I was like, I can't be doing this. This is a talent thing. They're for free, none. But for me, at the end of the day, if you do something what you love, I think uzoithola. Say would double, like the blessings that would double for all those years you were hustling, you were spinning for free. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do this out of love. Let me just focus on it. And then there was a FM, and then I grew now. Like I said, focusing on being this radio DJ now. And then I had this slotty breakfast. People are loving it.
Achievement.
It's an achievement. And even though we'll get collab, there are a lot of things that are still doing. I just think in a business side, I would really like to grow not only in the entertainment side, but because you only have 3 hours a day to do radio. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Wow. I think
That was beautiful.
it was so beautiful, and I think the most beautiful thing is how you're literally one of those people that people would get worried about.
Yeah.
Because you're so happy, you're so bubbly. It's like,
Yeah.
where the hell is she getting all this
Yeah.
happiness? Why is she so extra? Why is she talking so much?
Yes.
And I think it's a beautiful thing in that because you're so positive and you're so bubbly and you're so you don't get dismayed by you just carry on because that's what you should do there.
That's what you should do.
So I guess even Nakon and all the kind of like some of the bad things that we kind of lack as abantu abamnyama in raising our kids.
Yes.
That was the one thing that our parents kind of taught us, but they didn't say it in words.
Yes.
They just taught you in actions. Or would say like.
But when as a child, you're like, no, if one was actually saying it, then it's not gonna go like this. And then voila, I'm able to say because of that. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
I think, man, you're such a beautiful person, and I think you speak so passionately, and you speak, I don't know, you speak life into, I don't know, I feel like things get better and things go well for you because you have welcoming arms with Ehena. This is not stating it's gonna get better and it's gonna get better. And there's a lot to learn from people like you because sometimes we sit in sadness and we're like, just gonna be sad today.
Yes, I'm just gonna be. I don't. It's either I listen to music or I sleep, because I know after sleeping probably I'll wake up being a different person. You know, or eat. It's always a cure. It's always a cure. You have to eat and eat and eat and try to draft. And you don't put whenever I have ideas, or probably we had something to think about and be like, no, I won't lie. I might go through it and try to hide it towards my mind shift, but no, just like the state of my relationship in this age, in your early 20s, people think you just have to be in a relationship, you must be lovey-dovey, you must be posting. Kandi, at the same time, no. If it's not for you, it's not for you. We're not the same as people. You find your soulmates. I'm not in that phase right now. I don't know nothing about
just
soulmates.
about
chasing the dream.
I'm just about chasing the dreams. And then my brother always says, my stepbrother, because go baba Sibao 7. About 7. No, not Sibao 7, it's about 9, like 8 brothers. So we obuyayo phesheya auntie lo with the goodies for Abashana. Hey Abashana, I have your things for you, but you are lonely. You're sitting in your mansion. I was like, it's okay. Then I'm gonna face that challenge. I know what's best for me, and it's not the male figures around me thinking, I'm gonna be perfect if Ngizo's on space.
You are exactly the type of woman we have been talking about, which is a phenomenal woman.
Yeah.
Somebody who's always positive and somebody who's always striving to be better, to better themselves.
Yeah.
We are in celebration of women.
Yeah.
Message to all the young females out there that have faced, the same situation as you.
Yeah.
And are trying to find a way of saying, how do I deal with this? And here you are, all positive and all glowing.
Firstly, I would say is, if people judge you, they're not judging you, they're judging themselves. Just stay true to yourself, be honest, keep it real, and do not ever gossip. I hate people who gossip, women who gossip, and women who talk more about boys. Oh my gosh, I just feel like it's like you don't know yourself if you're going to speak about people's lives and your relationships. I mean, I always want a woman who is driven. Tell me what you like, what do you like, what you're passionate about, what do you want in your 10 years, your achievements, goals, short-term goals, long-term goals. Let's be positive, let's help each other, let's build each other. If there's something lacking in another woman, be there to help, not there to judge. Yeah.
It's a wrap. That was beautiful.